I never silence my phone anymore. Never. Even the slightest hum of the vibrate function on a wooden table makes me flinch. It all started 3 weeks ago at 3:14 a.m. during the most oppressive heat wave Chicago had ever endured. I posted it, just a fleeting thought, a single line tossed into the vast, uncaring digital void. I was sitting by my open window, but there was no breeze, just air so thick and sticky it felt like cough syrup. All I could hear was the distant, mournful screech of the I typed out, "Sometimes I think it would be easier if everything just stopped. Just ... 10 seconds later, a wave of instant regret washed over me. It was so maudlin, so embarrassingly dramatic. I deleted it. 10 seconds. That's all it was up for. I shut my phone off completely, feeling sweat prickle the back of my neck, and finally collapsed into a fitful, uneasy sleep. The next day, at 3:14 a.m., on the dot, my doorbell rang. Not the polite little beep of the modern intercom downstairs, but the jarring, old-fashioned brung from the buzzer right outside my apartment door. For B. I froze. My heart hammered against my ribs. My apartment was tucked away at the very end of the hall, in a creaky pre-war walk-up that always smelled faintly of boiled cabbage. No one ever visited me, especially not at 3 a.m. Brrrang. It was longer this time, more insistent. I held my breath, sliding off the mattress. Despite the suffocating heat, the floor was weirdly cold under my bare feet. I crept through my living room, navigating around the empty boxers from a half-hearted cleaning attempt last week, and squinted through the peephole. Nothing. Just the empty, silent hall. The flickering fluorescent light cast a sickly, yellow pool on the stained, threadbare carpet. I was about to turn away, chalking it up to a prank or a wrong door, when Primera W Italiano, placed neatly on my welcome mat, was a bouquet of flowers. But they weren't roses or carnations, they were lilies. Big, waxy, white stargazer lilies, the kind you see at funerals. Their cloying, overly sweet scent was already seeping under the door, thick and suffocating, filling my small apartment. Tucked into the cellophane was a small, cream-colored card. My hand trembled as I unfastened the chain lock, opened the door just a crack, snaked my hand out, and snatched it inside. My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it in my ears. I opened the card. There was just one word, written in precise, neat cursive. Don't. I slammed the door shut, and threw all 3 deadbolts, my back pressed against the wood. Don't what? Don't stop. Don't think those thoughts. I stared at the lilies through the peephole until the sun came up, their smell seemingly poisoning the very air I was breathing. Life continued, but everything felt off. That initial tingle on the back of my neck, the feeling of being watched, had blossomed into a constant physical weight on my shoulders. I started hearing sounds I couldn't explain, the creak of the old oak floors when I was sitting perfectly still, a soft, metallic click, like a key testing the lock. Long after I'd bolted the door for the night, I tried to rationalize it. It's just an old building. Primera told myself, the pipes are settling. The heat is making the wood expand. About a week later, I was taking out the trash when I ran into Mrs. Petrov from apartment 4A. She was a tiny Romanian woman, perpetually dressed in black, who seemed to subsist entirely on weak tea and a healthy dose of suspicion. "Miss Chloe," she said, her dark eyes squinting at me, "you should tell your boyfriend to walk softer. The walls are very thin." I just blinked at her, confused. "My boyfriend, Mrs. Petrov. I don't have a boyfriend," she tutted, waving a dismissive hand. "Do not lie. I hear him every night, walking back and forth, pacing. She made a little walking motion with her gnarled fingers. "He seems worried for you. I hear him whispering through the plaster. It's okay. Everything will be okay. He's trying to help you sleep." The blood in my veins turned to ice water. That was it. That was the moment I decided I had to move. I told no one except my best friend, Jenna. I found a new apartment on the complete other side of the city, paid the deposit in cash, and scheduled the movers for the upcoming weekend. The old apartment was practically empty now. Just my mattress on the floor in a sea of dust bunnies. I decided I would sleep at Jenna's for my last night in the old neighborhood. It just felt safer. I was standing at the door, bag in hand, ready to leave for good, when I realized my mistake. My prescription, my anti-anxiety medication, I'd left the bottle on the bathroom sink. I needed it. There was no way I could sleep without it. Not tonight of all nights. I shot Jenna a quick text. "Forgot meds. Be right back." And was out the door before she could even reply, flagging down the first cab I saw. The cab ride took 7 minutes. 7 agonizing minutes. The building lobby was empty, silent except for the low hum of a broken vending machine. I took the rickety elevator up to the 4th floor. The hallway was deathly quiet. My hands were shaking so badly it took me 3 tries to get the key into the lock. The apartment was pitch black inside. The echo of my own footsteps on the bare wooden floor sounded foreign and loud. The air was cold, stagnant, and held that familiar, cloying lily scent, even though I'd thrown them out weeks ago. I went straight to the bathroom, and there it was, the orange prescription bottle, a single spot of bright color in the gloom. I reached for it, my fingers just about to brush against the plastic when I froze. In the mirror's reflection, I saw it. The whole closet, the old built-in linen closet, was ajar. Just a crack. My voice was a stranglet whisper. "Who's there?" Silence. Complete, suffocating silence. Then a tiny click. A metallic sound against wood. The closet door swung open. Slowly, silently. It wasn't a monster. It wasn't some shadowy specter. It was a man, a terrifyingly normal-looking man in a gray shirt and jeans. He was thin, with sunken, hollow eyes, and he was holding something my spare set of keys. The set I thought I'd lost at a coffee shop last month. He stepped out of the closet, but the closet was tiny, far too small for a man his size to hide in, unless it wasn't just a closet. "You almost forgot this," he said. His voice was a low, dry rasp. He held up the orange prescription bottle. My hand was still outstretched, empty, reaching for the sink that was now suddenly behind me. "I saw your post," he whispered, taking another step forward, blocking my only exit. "The one you delete." 10 seconds. It was long enough. I saw how sad you were. It clicked. The closet backed onto the maintenance crawl space that ran between the walls of the apartments. He hadn't been hiding in the closet. He'd been living in the walls, listening to me cry, listening to me sleep, listening to every private moment. "My sister," he continued, his eyes wide and unblinking. "She was sad, just like you. She posted things like that, too. No one stopped her. No one really saw her. He was only a few feet away from me now. I could smell him, a musty, stomach-turning odor of plastered dust and old sweat. But I see you, Chloe," he said, his voice dropping even lower. "I've been watching. You don't really want to stop. You're just scared. You just need to be kept safe." I wanted to raise the pepper spray clutched in my other hand, but my arm was frozen, heavy as lead. My throat was tight, all sound trapped inside me. He shook his head, a sickeningly sad smile touching his lips. "You're not leaving. It's not safe out there for you. You'll just get sad and post again. You'll think those thoughts again." He reached into his pocket. "Don't worry," he said, his voice now eerily soothing as he pulled out a roll of silver duct tape and a small syringe. "I'm not going to let you hurt yourself. I'm going to keep you safe, right here, with me. Everything will be okay." Mrs. Petrov's words echoed in my head. Asterisk, he is trying to help you sleep. Asterisk, he stepped forward. I screamed, but the sound was swallowed by the empty apartment, absorbed by the bare walls, and I realized, with a final, sickening drop of my stomach, that my scream would go nowhere. He knew the acoustics of this building. He knew where the sound died. He had been here, in the dark, in the cold, just listening, waiting to save me.